The Arms Trade Treaty Baseline Assessment Project, or ATT-BAP survey, seeks to help states in 3 ways. First, it provides clear guidance on the provisions of the Arms Trade Treaty, or ATT. Second, it helps states to identify whether their existing arms transfer control systems fulfill ATT requirements and where elements might need to be developed or strengthened. Third, it serves as a tool to assist in the preparation of a state's party's initial report on measures to implement the ATT. ATT-BAP has developed this series of 9 guidance notes to provide online training and capacity-building tutorials to enable states to fulfill implementation of the ATT. The guidance notes can facilitate the completion of a state's ATT-BAP survey and its initial report on measures undertaken to implement the ATT. The online training and guidance notes provide examples of information that can be provided and advice on compiling information, such as the potential sources of information. This training and tutorial has 3 benefits. 1. It can guide government officials as they prepare their initial report on implementation measures. 2. Help to ensure that obligations are implemented. And 3. Highlight good national practices and understandings of ATT provisions.
The UK is a strong supporter of a robust, effective arms trade treaty. That's why we support the Baseline Assessment Project as an effective tool for encouraging states to make the first step towards full and transparent reporting.
Costa Rica does not export conventional weapons, but limits imports and have measures to regulate transit. We understand the challenges that important states face in light of the ATT provisions, and we believe the ATT Baseline Assessment Survey is a crucial tool for states in our situation to understand the treaty's provisions and demonstrate how to implement them. We're seeking to implement our national control system to effectively implement the Arms Trade Treaty. We're keen to share the experiences we are learning and the measures we're taking with our friends and neighbors in Central America. We encourage other states to fill out the survey and share their experiences, understandings, and good practices.
Narrowed things down in a very fundamental manner, which we're able to use and say, this is what we have to do in this particular area, this is what we need to do in the other area, and so on. And this is what we have been trying to encourage the other member states in CARICOM to do. And we will continue to do so after Cancun, because for us, the Arms Trade Treaty is primarily about saving lives.
The online tutorial has 9 modules. Module 1, National Control System and List. Module 2, Exports. Module 3, Imports. Module 4, Transit and Transshipment. Module 5, Brokering. Module 6, Prohibitions. Module 7, Risk Assessment. Module 8, Diversion. Module 9, Enforcement.
The ATT is a treaty of landmark proportion. It's revolutionary in many respects. So we are continuing to examine all facets of our legislation in order to ensure that there's effective and efficient implementation of the Arms Trade Treaty provisions, bearing in mind that not all pieces of our legislation would have catered for the Arms Trade Treaty.
In 2013, the UK reviewed its arms export controls to ensure they were compliant with the newly adopted Arms Trade Treaty. As a result of this review, we made 2 changes. First was to expand the UK brokering controls to ensure that they applied extraterritorially, so to UK nationals engaged in brokering activities outside of the UK. The second change was an expansion to the EU and national arms export licensing criteria, known in the UK as the consolidated criteria. We made several changes to these to bring them up to date, but very few substantive policy changes. Among the substantive policy changes we made were to include reference to the Arms Trade Treaty itself and to include reference to gender-based violence.
And we've been a strong supporter of openness and transparency in the register and in Wassenaar from the beginning, and we support it in the ATT context.